for a few more tries, then it's going to go strictly to YouTube. So if you're enjoying these, let me know, comment, share, comment on the YouTube, or hey, let me, if you didn't find the YouTube, I'll help you find that. So we're actually going to do a glute workout, booty workout, because who doesn't want those? All right. So before I get started, this is my drink for today. For my workouts, I'm actually going to get after it a little bit more today on the video than I normally do. So more of like my personal workouts, but this is some peptides that help me maintain muscle mass, build muscle, even if I'm in a fasting state, which I kind of do that at the beginning of the year, do more fasting than normal. But this will help me energy, maintain muscle. It'll improve my metabolism so I can burn fat. But this is our Fit product with Make. Orange flavor, literally my favorite tasting product. And they all taste great. And I might have to fight my kids over them sometimes. But coolest thing about these products is when I started taking them, anytime I've taken products in the past, when I go to pee, you see this like bright neon color. And if you take supplements, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not weird. But when I take this, it's clear. All right. So I feel like it's actually going into my body and doing what it says it's going to do, because I don't have the crazy neon yellow colors after I go pee. But yeah, so if you are taking supplements and you want to know if they're working or not, that is a good indication if you are taking too much, enough, or if your body's even absorbing it. So with peptides, I know that's a huge topic. I'm a fan of peptides, all of them, all of the peptides. I'm a fan of them. There are some that you can ingest. So if you don't want to do the needle stuff, I get it. But there's some you can take orally and they taste amazing. Okay. So if that's something you want to start with, I'm happy to share with you what I know, share with you the products that I have. I've been taking collagen peptides as a protein supplement for years. And, adding this is going to help with my body composition goals. It's going to help with stress. It's going to help with my metabolism. I'm getting older. We all are. So this is really fitting the bill for me. The injectable stuff, hey, we can talk more about that too if you have questions. All right, so let's get into our workout today. It is a glute workout, so I'm going to start with bands. Let me grab my bands real quick. All right, there we go. So I'm going to do a pretty heavy band to get it started. First thing I'm going to do is straight leg. I'm going to put it low by my ankles, and I'm just going to go side to side here. Maybe out of the screen. I'll be back. How many of these do? I do them until I feel a good burn in my hips. If I had more space, I would do about 10 yards, maybe. Maybe 20 feet, something like that. Yeah, about 20 feet is what I would do. Okay, so I would come here, just keep my legs kind of straight. I'm feeling it up here on the side. Not really quite make it to my hips, but I do like doing these if I'm doing band work, because we don't really do this side-to-side motion much during our day. And if you're off balance, you're probably not balanced in the motions you do the most. You're unbalanced in the motions you do the least. So I try to move sideways every day because I don't want to fall, and eventually that's coming. Okay, so once I get that pretty good and loose, or not really loose, it should start to burn. So you start to almost feel a working set. That's how I warm everything up and make sure everything's firing. A lot of science behind that. We'll get into that to a different day. But my next movement is going to be band around my knees. I'm going to squat more, so I'm in good athletic position. I'm going to get lower. This is really going to target the glutes. Okay, so if you had an abduction machine at the gym, that's a good one. I like to use the abduction machine at the gym when I want to add weight. So if you want to add bulk to your glutes, then you have to move weight. So an abduction machine and adduction, both of them at the gym, will help you grow. You got to have big weights on there, big muscles. You got to have heavy weight to build big muscles. This is just more of an activation. And if you are just starting out working out, or if you feel like you have hip instability based off the last video I did about your hips, could need more than just stretching. Okay. This will help continue to correct hip posture, because that affects your neck and shoulder posture. So if your upper back's not feeling good, you might need to start at the hips. Okay. All right. Next ones I'm going to do are more of a zigzag motion, called monster walks. And I'm going really wide and I'm taking small steps forward here and bringing it in and out every time. Now the goal is when I step with this leg doesn't collapse. This leg stays right where it is so I can actually stretch the band. Okay, makes a big difference. And I'm gonna do some taps here forwards and backwards. Whew. My glutes are on fire, so I'm warmed up. Okay, that's bands. Kettlebells. Oh, it's too much. Okay, we're gonna go do some more movement, some more activation. Kettlebell swings. Kettlebell swings is really great for firing up your hamstrings. It does help with some of the glute movements that we're going to do, but it's really hard to just target the glutes and not activate hamstrings. So they get some of the work. For me, well, I do both a little bit. Okay, I'm really trying to focus on the glutes. So good kettlebell swing. I'm going to use 20 pounds today on my kettlebell. So a kettlebell swing is really the hip hinge that you've seen every video. So I'm hinging and I'm coming forward. I'm doing a little bit wider stance, the weight. So I'm coming here and I'm really standing up. I'll probably do about 30 of these. Maybe 10 more. Ooh, you get a rhythm. You just keep on going. All right. So that is firing up the backside, folding at the waist, folding at the hips, standing up. That's glutes. One of their jobs. So if you're not practicing that, be a problem. Okay. This is tough. I usually don't talk when I work out. I usually just ignore people. So that is a compound movement. It's a hip hinge focused movement. If you want to have big glutes, you got to hinge your hips. That's a fire up. Whew. This is rough. So that's firing it up. I'm going to go to another compound movement. I'm going to do some reverse lunges. I'm going to use my Landmine here. That's what this is. It's a 45-pound bar. It is hinged right there. So that's a piece of equipment by itself. Right. So this end here, put it on a hinge, and then my handle. The handle's about 10 pounds. So I'm about 55 pounds total on the bar. Ooh, okay. And I'm going to do some squats. Probably move everybody over a little bit. We're going to use this box. So I'm going to keep it here. So I'm going to actually do reverse lunges here. Now, reverse lunges is a little more quad dominant. It's great for taking off fast if you need to accelerate or push in your sport. Or if you just want some awesome looking quads, reverse lunges are it. I'm just going. I have no idea how many I'm on. I think it's a good break. All right. So to grow it, you got to add weight. Reps, sets, and stuff, all that depends on your goals. So I'm going to do more of a 8 to 15, 8 to 12 on each leg type reps. Like I said, the handle and my bar were about 55 pounds, so I'm not like killing myself in weight. Typically, just a good standard because I'm just strength. I'm not really trying to bulk. I don't mind growing, but I'm not trying to kill myself on the growth because I like to fit in my pants, my jeans. I don't want to buy new clothes. So I'm going to stick to about maybe 3 sets between 8 and 12 each rep. So that's how I would justify that. I'm pretty advanced, and I'm not even doing the what I could do if I wanted to build muscle, but this is a good start. 8 to 12 reps, you usually get the whole muscle firing, right? So if you're new to working out and you're trying to decide your reps and sets, that 10 to 12 reps is when the entire muscle fiber really starts getting involved. So if you're training your muscles, just I want to learn how to move, I want to stand better, you want to do a little bit more. If you're just training your muscles, then that range is good. If you're learning how to work out, that 3 set between 8 to 12 reps, really, I said 8. This is tough. It's tough because I really don't know your goals. And I'm not training for anything in particular, so I don't really have goals right now. I just want to show you guys some stuff and get stronger. But yeah, that 10, so 8 to 12, somewhere around that. If you can do that many reps, your entire muscle fiber is contracting, it's moving, we're good. We got good muscle connection, we got good muscle response. And if you don't have muscle response, you can't get muscle growth. So this is a great place to start. I'm gonna go ahead and do my next round. I think I've had my break. All right, so that was 20. It's probably all I'm gonna do for the video. I should do another rep, another set, not reps, another set. Whew. Well, time for another water break. Catch my breath. Whew. I gotta get in shape so I can talk and work out this much. Okay, so let's talk about recovery times. You want to give yourself about at least 90 seconds, a minute and a half, 2 to 3 minutes is pretty good. More than that really depends on your goals. If you wait more than 3 minutes, and you're probably lifting some serious weight. Okay, but a good recovery goal, because let's talk conditioning. Conditioning is not just how many miles you can run. It's how quickly you can get your heart rate up and bring it back down. That's conditioning, guys. We'll talk about that soon. All right, next one, I'm gonna do some step ups, some really easy step ups. I'm doing body weight, maybe so I can maybe maintain my breath as I'm doing this and talk. But step ups, if I did a low box, it's going to target my quads, okay? Doing a higher box, it gets the glutes and the hamstrings more. The highest box is a great target too, okay? But this one is kind of harder to come down from. I don't have my extra step right now. I'm not gonna go get it. But so we're gonna start, yeah, we'll do a 24-inch step. So this will be a really good, more glute and hamstring focus. I'm gonna get some quads, all right? Because, I mean, you want those to look good too. All right. And it's really, you're just stepping up. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. And I'm just going to step back down. Okay, easy, nice and slow. Arm movements. I'm doing the same leg each time. So I'm about 7 here. 10. All right, switching legs. Eight, I think. 9, 10. All right. Man, this is rough. It's rough trying to talk and do this. That's what's rough. All right, do another set. Again, the higher you go, the more glute hamstring dominant you are on your steps. The lower you are, the more quad dominant you are. So using a combination of both will give you a great leg workout. Since we're mostly focusing on the glutes, a little bit of hamstring work, we're going to do it's kind of a medium size box. Okay, we'll do another set of 10 on each leg. Here we go. Now, if you don't have a box at home, let me do that real quick. If you don't have a box at home, you might need a pad for your knee, but you can still get it done, okay? It's not a huge step, all right? So we're not getting, huge step, but it's something you can do to get the same type of feel. You can add weights to it, or, if you do it consistently enough, maybe you can get yourself a box. Okay. I'm gonna switch legs. Super. That's about 10 on each side. Probably a little bit more on my left. That's fine. All right. Now we can move on to the floor work. I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. We're going to do some more glute work. Similar movements that we started with standing up. We're just going to do them from a kneeling position. And then we're going to do some core from there. Because you know how to make your glutes look bigger? Have a smaller core. Pretty good trick. Wait, camera. All right. You'll still see me, okay? So when we do the glute work, your glutes are really 3 muscles, okay? So one muscle, the big one, gluteus maximus, is our forwards and backwards movements, okay? Walking forwards, walking backwards, that's the gluteus maximus. Now the other ones there are more for stabilization, okay? So the medium-sized muscle, okay, that's the one that's really your stabilizing muscle. If you're a female, have knee injuries, ACL, if that's a concern for you, this is the muscle you want to focus in on, your gluteus medius. That one works when I move at an angle with my hips. Okay, so forwards and backwards is the glutes. Medius is the angle. So you can probably guess the minimus, the smallest one, is more to the side, straight out to the side. So you want to do your glute work where you're hitting all 3, or you're going to have them lop-shaped booties, or it might be softer on one side, stronger on the other. Not really the ultimate goal there. So we want a good all three muscles strong. The sides are supposed to be based on their name, so you have the full look that you want. All right, so we're gonna start in a kneeling position. Pretty simple here. Now it's really, you build up to this, but if you can work on keeping your hips stable and your core tight as you're doing this, that means you've really mastered it. So just doing it with a lot of movement through your whole body is exercise, but it's not targeted strength training. Okay, so you wanna make sure we stay in control on this. The whole leg. All right, so I'm gonna stay kneeling. And like I said, we're not trying to go, that's movement, but not exercise, not strength training. So we're gonna keep everything here nice and tight. I'm gonna have one leg straight out. Now it's important that I extend through the heel or not, toe. This is a calculated position here, pushing through my toe as far as I can. I'm pulling my toe towards my knees as far as I can as I do this. Let's see. I think that's all I need to tell you to get started. Keep those hips still. All right, and I'm just gonna do a tiny movement. I'm not really trying to like set any world records here about how high I can pick my leg up, but I'm just trying to go from about to the ground. I'm not gonna touch, and I'm just gonna try to get hip level. So I'm not trying to like set, go as high as I can. I'm just trying to control it right here. If I go straight up and down, that's the gluteus maximus, okay? All right, now I'm gonna cross my leg over, okay? Still maintaining my hips stable, so I'm trying to keep my belly button flat. I'm not gonna try to show you guys my belly button. I'm gonna keep it flat to the ground, and I'm gonna come across. So I'm working on an angle here. Like I said, I'm not trying to do a lot of extra movement. I'm trying to do controlled movement. Speed is not gonna win you anything. If you did 4 great ones, that's better than 15 bad ones. All right, same legs. I've already done 2. Same leg, I'm gonna do a donkey kick. So I'm gonna flatten my foot and it's gonna raise the roof. That's 10, so I'm gonna hold it. Whew. That was one leg. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side. All right, pushing through my heel. That is on purpose. I'm gonna keep my heel, my toes kind of pulled up underneath me the whole time. Underneath, pull up like a 90-degree angle on my ankle. How about that? Trying to keep this core from moving. I can feel my hips kind of move with it a little bit. So I'm gonna try to tighten up a little bit, keep it still. Okay, crossing over, I'm hitting that medius. Okay, make sure that my upper body just when I do that. So I'm gonna make sure to keep everything square coming across. Big movements don't win you anything. Slow and controlled gets you what you want. Cool thing about exercising, you're in control of the pain. So when you stop exercising, the pain stops. So that's a lot easier if you know that going into stuff. Like I'm in control of when this stops. This is cool. Ooh. Those are good. Now you can add weights. You can put bands and do those, but if we're just getting started, that wasn't, if I did about 10 on each leg, I did all 3 exercises and a 10-second hold on the donkey kicks. Yeah, it's pretty good glute completion. Now, if the goal is to fatigue the glutes from here, it's a terrible idea to try to do anything with more weight after my hips have gotten to this point. They're done. I can't really, anything that I do at this point, my joints will be compromised if my glutes are already this fatigued and I try to do more movement. So this is an end of the workout. Really, this could be an end of your day workout. And if you really want to impress yourself, do it morning and night for about 2 weeks. See how much different you feel. Let me know. Okay, so we're gonna do it to our core. So like I said, best way to make your core, make your glutes look bigger is have a smaller core. I think glute bridges can do just that because you can focus in on, contract the glutes. So we're getting some muscle contraction there, but you're also going to work on your vacuums. I go into detail on how to do a proper vacuum. So vacuum is you're really trying to make your core, your midsection, as small as possible. There is an ab muscle that runs around your body like this, like a corset, but it's a deep muscle. It's a deeper ab muscle. And you really can only get that by using your breath to make that muscle work for you, okay? So, like I said in the, smithfitclub.com. It's the first button you're going to come across. You're going to join Smith Fit Club. I'm going to tell you in detail how to do a proper vacuum, how to build up to it. This is not where you start with vacuums. Last video when I was doing standing dumbbell movements and including vacuums into that, that's not a beginner movement. As far as vacuums go, I'll tell you this. This is what convinced me on vacuums. My mentor, he was talking, I was auditing some of his classes. He was a professor. And he said, hey guys, if you really want a six pack and you have low body fat, right? If you have low body fat, but you don't have a six pack definition, you are missing vacuums. If you can do 10-second vacuums in the morning on an empty stomach, you will have definition. You still have to build muscles to make them pop. So you still have to do that work. But if you want that tight look and that outline look, you actually got to pull stuff back in, a fascia, basically. And that's going to give you that look that you want, the outline and the drawings that you want is by doing vacuums. No cardio, no hours on a Stairmaster, no super restriction of core intake. It's really just do 10 vacuums, 10 seconds at a time, first thing in the morning, no food in your system. It's tough, okay? But that's going to set everything off. If you're really trying to figure out where you need to go with your strength, or if you've plateaued, give that a try for about 2 weeks and see how much more your strength can increase. Because then once you learn how to do it in isolation, you can start activating it in your movements. That's transition, that transfer of being able to do a movement here into a movement here. That is what, the progress, that's what we're building to. We're not just going to get really good at a movement. We want to be able to do that movement in multiple ways. We want to be able to achieve that movement, body control, awareness, mind-body connection, all of those things that you've heard about. That's what we're working on here. Okay. So with the glute bridge, I'm up. I'm going to do a simple one, and I'm squeezing here, okay? I'm trying to put as much space between my ribs and my hips as I can. I'm lifting up as far as I can. I'm squeezing it in tight. I like to hold these. Okay. So why do I do a lot of isometric holds and stuff for core? Well, your core moves by itself. Your core moves in all directions, all by itself. The goal is to control it. So if you can't make it all stay still in its proper position with good posture, you really don't have any core control. No matter how many twisty, jerky ab movements you want to try to do, if you can't control this, you can't do a plank, you don't have core strength, okay? So this is where it all starts, because if I'm running, when I'm sprinting, this part of my body stays locked in. If it's moving around when I'm trying to sprint, I'm not going to go very fast, okay? Pitching, hitting, throwing, jumping. If this part right here gets compromised, that's when we get hurt. Normal walking around every day, uneven ground. If you can't stabilize your core, you will find the ground a lot more than other people with your face. All right, I'm just holding these. Okay, that's a glute bridge. You can do a lot of variations of glute bridges. I like holds, like I said, because if you're not good at working out and you do a bunch of bendy movements through your core, well, your core's supposed to move. Congratulations, you're just moving it. But you're not building strength unless you know how to not move it. You don't know how to stabilize it. You don't know how to do anti-rotational movements. Okay, so rotation is movement, anti-rotational is no movement. Whatever word you want to put on it. That's what you got to learn how to do so you can stay stabilized, so you can function, you can balance, and then you can even add more weight if you're at a plateau. That's a great place to start. Okay, so that's my glute workout for today. Thanks for doing with me. Thanks for joining me. All of this stuff, I'm trying to tone it down, but if you want the beginner level foundation movement, let's start from the absolute first step. Let's learn how to do vacuums properly. Let's learn how to move through our hips properly. Let's learn what our shoulders are supposed to do. And let's learn what our feet and our ankles are really going to do. So you learn those 4 things in great detail, like I go through in our Smith Fit Club foundational movement. It's $49. You can work through it at your own pace. It's designed to take you about 6 to 8 weeks to get through it if you start on track. But really, if it takes you 3 months, I think it's a great start. It also comes with a nutrition program, our high nutrition program, HII, hydration and inflammation reduction, intermittent fasting. So if you can learn how to do those 3 things, the main reason I put it together is really my health journey. It's based on food. If you don't know, I'm celiac, and I told the doctors that wheat made me hurt, and they're like, okay, cool. After 18 months of not getting help. So nutrition, when you go gluten-free, when you start looking at those types of diets, you realize that you take out a lot of foods that cause inflammation in your body. So you don't have to go completely gluten-free, but I'm going to show you what foods you should be replacing. So that's part of our inflammation reduction program, is really what should you eat. It's not a restriction. It's more of a how to pick it out for yourself better. And then, put your own flavor, and you'll be able to choose things. I do have a grocery list in there. Every month it changes, because eating the in-season fruits, the ripe fruits and vegetables, does wonders for your immune system, your gut, your brain, and allergies, things like that. A lot of the over-counter medications people rely on, especially during allergy and cold seasons, it's inflammation trapped in your body. So if you learn how to not create it by what you eat, then we can start adding more things to help you reduce it even more, manage it, and move forward with your health system where I can help you customize. Intermittent fasting, I know a lot of people are scared of that, but that's how our body's designed to eat. If you eat constantly and you never let your insides take a break, that's where a lot of health issues come in. That's where a lot of pain comes in. That's where the discomfort comes from. That's where the over-the-counter medications, running to the pharmacy to get stuff, the drugstores to get stuff, to just mask symptoms, because you don't really know what it's coming from. And a lot of times, if you just quit eating for a little while and just let your body take a break, you're fine. You're all going to last. As long as you drink water, you're good. I can talk to you about fasting. I honestly, that's what the program is. It is to talk to you about intermittent fasting, how to start. Don't be scared of it, and what the true health benefits are. There's religious benefits as well there too. We can talk about that as well. Be happy. I would love to show you what fasting can do for you on a spiritual level. But as far as cosmetics, fitness, health, intermittent fasting, everybody I know that's over 40 and shredded does intermittent fasting. I don't talk to anybody who doesn't do it. That's shredded, that I would change bodies with. So I want to show you how to do that on whatever level you would like to do that for yourself to achieve just random health goals. I think it's good to do really anytime. So the smithfitclub.com foundation program is going to go through all those things. It's going to go through all the foundational exercises that we've been going through, that I've been talking about. And I would love for you to have that as part of your routine, learn the movement so you can make better decisions for yourself's education. It's not a do this, do this, do this. It's a, this is how to work out. This is what you need to do. If you want structured programs, you're going to have to talk to me for that. And I'll be happy to do that for you guys. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless. And yeah, go and share this with somebody. If this helped you, let me know. Try this workout for a few weeks and then let me know, right? And then share with your friends the results. I can't wait to hear about it. You guys enjoy yourselves. Have a good one.